Welcome to Gdansk, Poland. It's a little port town on the northern coast of Poland on the Baltic Sea.
It's a little bit different from the other places that you might see in Poland. That's because of the influence of the port life. But we're going to show you the top things to do here. We have only one day, but we're going to see the best of Gdansk. So this is St. Mary's Cathedral. This is the biggest brick-ass church. This is the biggest brick church in the entire world. It can hold up to 25,000 people, which sometimes came in handy during times of turmoil when they could use it as a refuge for the locals of Gdansk. You can climb up to the top of the cathedral, which is what we're going to do now, but just being here inside is pretty impressive. I mean, it's not the most beautiful church you'll ever find in Europe, but it's super big and it's all painted in white, so that's very impressive to see. It makes it look even bigger. Oh, that's really annoying. These lamps, this row of lamps, it's not lined up. I think the ceiling is actually a little bit crooked. It's just not in a straight line. I could not live here. Well, I don't have to live here, it's a church, but I could not live with this. I'd be a horrible priest.
As you can see, we've reached the top, but it's a bit crowded here. From here you have a beautiful view across the city. Over there you can see the Baltic Sea, here you can see the river, and right down here you can see the city center with its beautiful buildings.
From up here, all those little houses look like something you can buy in a souvenir shop. So dang!
Dnemska Street is one of the most picturesque and romantic streets here in Gdansk. It's really beautiful here. You have all these kind of jewelry shops lined up here. There are people who make amber jewelry. Amber is fossilized tree resin, and Baltic region has one of the largest deposits of it, so it's really popular here. And you can find all kinds of stuff here. You can find some jewelry, you can find some chessboards, and you can find some ships even made out of amber. It's pretty cool.
What I especially love about this street, what I haven't seen yet anywhere else almost in Europe, is like these dramatic staircases. It's so cool. Every house has one, and it's like meters from the door. They're very cool. I wouldn't mind having one of those outside our apartment, but it's a bit difficult when you live on the third floor.
In the middle of the street you can find the Doughnut cafe, which is really famous right in the middle of the town here, and has really good coffee. We've taken a latte here and it looks amazing. They really make it the foam by hand and then like shake it like really proper barista. And yeah, it's a really nice place to people watch a bit, sit on the terrace, enjoy the sun. They have cookies, cake, ice cream, everything, so that's a good latte.
Pirate ship. Pirates of the Baltic. I just love these little houses on the opposite side. Well, they're probably quite expensive, but they have the shape of the traditional houses here in Gdansk, but they're so modern with lots of glass. Pretty cool how they blend like the old with the new.
Now we enter the Amber Museum. Amber is fossilized tree resin from pine trees from thousands or even millions years old. And here we have this really beautiful example of the amber with some petrified animals in it even.
What's really cool here is that they have these really big chunks, big pieces of amber. Usually when you see amber it's like a small piece inside some jewelry, but here you have these big pieces that I don't know how many years old they are, 10,000s of years old, and you can see mosquitoes and other small animals inside of them. It's so cool. Apparently the types of amber that are worth the most are the stones that have a lot of clarity, have insects inside, insect inclusions they call it, and have a very yellowish light color. And those stones especially can sell for thousands of euros. And ever since the movie Jurassic Park, the most popular insect inclusion to have been sold inside of amber is mosquitoes. It's like a make-your-own dino type of kit. You do not want to drop this. It's crazy when you see the craftsmanship on this little closet or whatever it is. It has like these tiny silver grips laid into the amber. It's crazy.
I think it's really worth it. It just takes you half an hour, 40 minutes to visit the museum. It's only 12 zloty, 3.5, 4 euros.
Yeah.
So it's a really nice thing, just a quick visit when you're walking in the city center.
Yeah.
Highly recommend it.
Yes. And now we are hungry, so it is snack time. Polish snack time.
Next on our list are Polish donuts. They're a bit like traditional donuts, but more Polish style, fried. You have different types, and apparently they're really good. We looked up online a bit what's a bit typical for this region, and it's these kind of donuts.
They had pretty much every flavor you could want in a donut. They had Nutella, they had Bounty, they had Snickers, they had everything. I asked her if it would be possible to get one with Nutella and some ice cream. And guess what? Now I'm not really sure how to eat this, but I guess you eat the ice cream first. And it's soft ice cream, but it's actually really good. Oh, so greasy, but this makes me so happy.
Oh, the ice cream is really good. But as any sane person would do, I just took the donut. Look at this donut, it's huge. Alright, let's try this one. It's with Bounty flavor, so... It's good, soft, fluffy, lots of sugar. And not really too greasy, it's like good level of greasiness. That's good.
Oh, that's really good. So fluffy, so sugary. Look at it. There's Nutella and ice cream in this. Don't you just want to adopt it? And I asked the lady, is it possible to have a donut with Nutella and ice cream? And she was like, yes, today yes. Apparently it depends on the position of the stars and the moon, but today the stars aligned and I got my ice cream donut. Alrighty, so after the best donut ever.
Best donut ever, hands down.
Nothing can ever beat this donut. I've given it a lot of thought, and it's not just the ice cream. It's also that a normal donut has like quite dry dough, and you rely on the topping to make it like edible. But this was just so, it was perfect. It was a bit moist, and anyway, moving on with my life.
Is the donut making you a bit moist?
Moving on. One of the other things that you can do here in Gdansk, which looks pretty nice, is rent an electric scooter. And by scooter, they mean step. You can download the Blinky app, and it shows you all across town where you can pick up scooters that other people dropped off. So it's in sort of random places. You can reserve a scooter. We just reserved 2 scooters. And then you have 15 minutes to get all the way to the scooter. So now we are racing halfway across Gdansk. Thank God it's quite small, in order to get to our scooters. Whoop, whoop.
So the 2 scooters reserved are in 2 different streets, so we just split up for a minute. I'm going to grab my scooter, Kim is going to grab hers. Hello, scooter. Then we open the app, hit unlock, and it's already unlocked. Very easy. Just need to register, download the app, and then get the scooter. And I found Kim.
The one we tried in Berlin was more stable, but it's working. We found 2 scooters and we're on our way to the Solidarity Museum. Bam!
We made it. Let's go.
We're going to visit the Solidarity Museum. That actually talks about what Poland and Gdansk also in particular went through a while after the Second World War, while they were trying to regain their independence. The building is even better on the inside. Look at that. How cool is that? Especially
really
for a museum. A big part of this museum is actually dedicated to the Gdansk linen shipyard strike in 1970, which lasted for 8 days. And the museum gives an overview of everything that happened during that time, from the moment the protests broke out, all the way through the riots and how the conflict was resolved. But it really shows that in that time, living under a communist regime is extremely difficult for the people. There are a lot of videos and very interactive displays, and it's very cool. It's one of the nicer museums I've actually ever been to, I think. No? Hello? Hello, yes. I would like 2 pizzas. Yes, Solidarity Museum. Okay, 5 minutes. Thank you.
Longstreet or Dnemska Street is the central part of Gdansk. It is the main street that's really happening. It's lined up with restaurants, it connects the marina with the church, and it's really beautiful. You've got these mostly old-looking buildings, I guess, because most of it was rebuilt after the Second World War.
And it's also where you have the highest concentration of beautifully colored, older-looking buildings in all of Gdansk. I mean, just look at this. The street is beautiful. You have to come here. It's one of the top things to do in Gdansk. And this is really central of the town.
One of my favorite things to do when I visit a new country is discover its local food. And one of the specialties in Poland are pierogi, which are Polish dumplings filled with meat, vegetables, or even chocolate. We've come to Pierogania Stary, which specializes in 2 different types of pierogi, but we've taken the traditional boiled ones. The pierogi have arrived. When you order pierogies here, you can have a sauce with it. I took some bacon and onion sauce, and I ordered an extra garlic sauce because you can never have too much sauce in life. So I got 9 pieces of these babies, freshly boiled, handmade. Seasoning is very good. The dough is, it's thick, not too thick, just the right texture. This is the filling inside. I'm going to enjoy this whole platter.
Morning.
We are now leaving Gdansk. We just packed up all our stuff.
Which is quite a lot at the moment.
Yeah, which is quite a lot because we're also carrying a tent, 2 sleeping bags and sleeping mattresses as well.
Yeah.
We're going to try to reach Riga today.
Hitchhiking?
By hitchhiking, because it's not so good of a bus connection to get to that side. So we're going to try hitchhiking because it's a lot of fun as well.
Yeah, it's just an adventure. You never know where the day is going to take you.
So we really enjoyed Gdansk. It's a nice little city. It's good for a 2-day weekend trip. We really enjoyed it. Very beautiful.
And it's very different from a lot of other places that you might go to in Poland. It's very different from Warsaw, very different from Poznan, where you've been as well.
Yeah, I think it's just a few hours train ride, 4 or 5 hours from Warsaw. So if you have this chance, we really recommend stopping over.
Yeah.
Anyway, if you enjoyed that video, please leave a like and a comment. If you want to join our adventures where we travel overland all the way from Belgium to Russia to Beijing, please subscribe for more adventures.
Sounds like quite the ordeal, and it might be. See you in the next one. Bye! Wish us luck with the hitchhike!